Located next to Starbucks and a few yards away from Fiesta Village in Colton is a most unique and delicious restaurant called Pizza Q. This restaurant may be small in size, but its kitchen produces some of the best pizzas, real hickory smoked meats, and house-made sides in the IE. Owner Joe Manor is a stickler on only serving fresh and quality tasting dishes, and his efforts will certainly delight your culinary senses.
This is an interesting restaurant. It's very small. It's hard to find.
Yeah.
It's right next to Starbucks, right near Fiesta Village. And what's neat about it is there's two specialized items, are pizza and barbecue. That's
Absolutely.
it. But the owner really knows how to make. He has a lot of passion for his craft, and you know his hickory wood meats are just incredible. And his pizzas, having been a judge for the last 5 years, this stands up there with the best of their best.
We know all about Alan's pizza judging, and the fact that Alan likes the pizza should tell you all you need to come to Pizza Q.
Oh, you definitely got to come. So you're ready to eat again?
I can fudge it, right?
So let's do the first dish.
Let's get right into it. Hot wings. Okay, so you can get them in 6, 12, or 24, and we got them in 12 because we're little piggies.
Oh, 6 first.
Well, we did 6, but
And
then
then
we
12.
did 12.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do the math on that. Okay, so it's $5.99 for 6. They do 3 varieties on these wings, so of course we had to try all 3 because, you know, that's our job. We have to try them. So they have mild, which is it's not real hot.
It's the original.
It has
yeah.
original flavor. Then there's hot, and then there's buffalo. And you know, all 3 were really good. I kept going back and tasting them. The hot was a little hot. I mean, if you're a wimp like I am, I mean, I'm a wimp. I admit it. Everybody knows I'm a wimp.
Sure.
And it was a little hot. My only critique, and I told the owner, I really wish he'd have a little blue cheese and a little
You know,
celery, carrot stick to dip
This
in.
is manly food. This isn't food.
I like a little
one
crunch.
man, except maybe, oh, I'm not mentioning her husband, but one man that eats carrots and celery. Come on.
I think it's just a nice crunch, and it kind of, you know, especially when you're eating hot wings, it kind of cools your palate down a little bit. It's my critique.
Her opinion. Next one, pulled pork sandwich, $6.99. This is a nice portion of pork. Now, first it's got a dry rub. It's a bone-in pork shoulder, dry rub. It's smoked for about 12 hours at 225, low and slow. And what results in it is just incredible light hickory smoked flavoring. It's not overpowering. Sometimes hickory can be real bitter and overpowering. This is just perfect.
Yeah.
It was moist. It was absolutely delicious. And what's nice, he serves it with his coleslaw. He has 2 different types. This comes with a creamy one.
Yes.
More like I call it California's sweeter one. I think it's with mayonnaise, and the other one's more tangy.
Yeah.
But and then what you got to do, is add the sauce to it. That's what makes it so good. And you're in heaven. It's like being in the Carolinas in a sense. It's just you eat. It's messy, but it's so good.
We're on a barbecue vacation.
And then and then the sides. What we did, we got the combo. I think it was like $10.
It's $9.50.
And we had the curly Q, really neat fries. What's neat about them is it's almost like puffed potatoes inside.
Yeah.
It's real crispy and delicious on the outside and kind of airy and light.
They're light. That's what I like about them, and I think kids will like them because they just kind of
So they must
like
be
curly
healthy.
Qs.
They must be healthy because they're light.
Super healthy. They're rich. I do want to talk about his coleslaw for just a second because he does have the 2 varieties, and they're both really great. The creamy one is just I love it. But then the tangy one is also very light. It has a more vinegar base, so it's a healthier, I think, version. Very good, both of them.
Then we had the hot link sandwich, $5.99. I love this. This is a spicy hot link. It comes on a roll with grilled onions, mayo, mustard, tomato. This is absolutely delicious. I really liked it. What's nice about it was I love the crunch to it. I love anything with a crunch, especially hot dogs and sausages. This had a nice crunch to it. Now this had some nice heat to it. Wussy here.
No.
Too hot.
I have to stop him. Okay, so you've heard of wardrobe malfunctions. We had a little bit of food malfunctions, and so you'll probably see later on in the outtakes that Alan really did like this hot link, and it had a mind of its own. But yes, it had that snap for sure.
But if you like spice, this had spice to it. That's
It was
one
spicy
thing, so.
for sure.
And we had that with
We had it with beans.
And they're beans isn't it regular barbecue beans. It's more like like a
ranch
Mexican
style.
ranch style, but really, really good.
Really good. And you could actually add the barbecue sauce to it. I don't know if we talked about his sauces. He's got two scratch-made sauces that he makes here. One is a more sweet-based.
Well, it's ketchup,
Yeah.
honey, let's see, honey wine vinegar, honey, brown sugar, and I told him I don't want to know anymore.
Yeah, he'll have to kill us.
I've been killed many times, but it's a nice sweet flavor and
Very
nice
good
tangy.
sauce.
And he makes the same thing, but it's spicy. It's got some heat.
So you could add those in it if you wanted a
Right.
more barbecue-y type flavor.
Right.
Next, we need a drum roll. Baby back ribs. Okay, we got the full rack because we're little winkers. $21.99. It comes with two sides. On this one, we had scalloped potatoes and we had the zesty slaw. Now, these ribs are absolutely some of the best ribs I've had. They're dry rubbed. He smokes them for about 5 hours, and then he puts the sauce on them after they're, the dry rub and they've smoked, and puts them through his pizza oven, which is kind of cool. It caramelizes the sauce.
Yeah.
They are tender. They are smoky. They are flavorful.
And really meaty.
Oh
These are
my
really good
gosh,
ribs.
they're so delicious. The scalloped potatoes, if you're a mac and cheese person, some people probably get sad. They come here and they say, there's no mac and cheese on the menu. Let me tell you, this scalloped potato rivals any mac and cheese that you will have. It's smoky, it's delicious, I love it. And then of course that zesty slaw, just perfect.
All I see is more cheese in the, you can't get enough cheese.
I think it was perfect.
Our opinion.
Perfect.
Next came the beef brisket plate. This was $15.99. This is a generous portion of really nice sliced brisket. Now it's smoked slow and low, like 15 hours. I mean, we're talking really, really slow.
A lot of love.
So it breaks down and it makes it perfect.
Yeah.
Very, very, very meaty and juicy. I've never had anything quite like this. This is excellent, excellent brisket. And this came with potato salad and the house salad. You can, again, you can get this with. It comes with any two sides you want.
Any two sides you want. I agree with you. This beef brisket is such a nice effort because it's so tender and so juicy.
Beef brisket tends to be real, a lot of times, most
It's
of the
very
time.
hard to chew.
Well, it's
a lot of
dry.
times.
It's
Yeah,
so dry.
but this one isn't. It's tender. It falls apart. Next, we had a pizza that I absolutely love. It's called the PQ Margarita. Now, we always have this debate about pizza. Sometimes I'm just in the mood for just a cheese, simple cheese pizza. And a margarita pizza to me is the very essence.
It's the mother of pizzas.
It's the mother of pizzas. I love what he does here. He makes a pesto, a homemade pesto, house-made pesto sauce for the base, and then uses his fresh mozzarella, fresh basil, and sliced tomatoes. And I will tell you, this pizza, if you love pesto, like I do, you'll love it. I also want to talk about their 12-inch pizzas, and it's $12.50. He ferments his dough for 3 days. Talk about love.
And that's what makes a pizza so special. Not only does it has a crunch to it, but it's got a chew to it. That's what you want in dough, in a good pizza.
A good dough.
But it's also tasty.
Absolutely.
And a lot of doughs you get are real dry and they're just bleh.
Yeah.
Trust me, a lot of doughs are like that. This one wasn't. This is one of my favorite doughs I've had anywhere, and highly recommend it. I mean, again, you can add to your pizza. You can kind of make your own.
Yeah, you can customize it however you want, but this one is just perfect the way it is. I wouldn't change a thing.
Next up, the barbecue chicken. This is $12.50. This is a nice barbecue sauce with smoked chicken, red onions diced up, and a cheese blend, which is mozzarella, provolone, and cheddar, and just delicious. The sweetness and a little tanginess of the sauce, the smokiness of the chicken. Great pizza.
I want to say that the flavor is really, you know that it's going to be barbecue chicken, but then you taste it, and it's such an unexpected flavor
combinations
profile.
of all the flavors.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's harmony. I love it.
But my all-time favorite actually is the PQ Special. This is $12.50 again.
Yeah.
This has sausage, pepperoni, red onions, mushrooms, cheese. Has a spicy sauce, just a hint of spice to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious. And my favorite part is on the pepperoni. Good pepperoni, when you cook it under heat, it should
curl.
It's flat, but it should curl up, invert up like this. And that's what happens, because what happens is the top around it gets real crispy.
Oh, I love it.
And when you bite into the crispy dough and the crispy pepperoni and the spiciness and the sausage, spectacular.
Eureka!
I was.
Yes, absolutely.
So much to choose from here. So, what are your favorites?
I'm going to have to go with the baby back pork ribs. So tender, so flavorful. I love them. I can't wait to eat them again. I'm going to go with the beef brisket dinner just because, again, the flavor's there and it's so tender and juicy. And I'm going to say the PQ Margarita pizza because I love pesto and I love cheese.
Mine's a little different, but close. My favorites were the hot link sandwich. I love spice.